What's a budget-friendly dish you love and continue to enjoy no matter your financial situation? Make very, very thin flat omelets from a dozen eggs and cut them into strips. Take a packet of boiled ham and cut that into little cubes and split up. Cut up several spring onions. Keep all this in the refrigerator, or you boil up very, very thin spaghetti noodles. Before those are completely done, drain about half the water out, then throw in a can of beef. Consume. Reheat. In a big flattish dish, take out the noodles with a bit of broth and put on the egg strips, ham and onions, maybe a little soy sauce. This was from my mum in the 1950s, and I have made it hundreds of times since. Beef stroganoff. It's about $1 or $2 for the pasta depending on how much you buy. For dollars, EEF or sub-in ground turkey for around $3 per pound, some cream of mushroom soup for another $1, a few scoops of sour cream maybe another $1 for a small container, and some spicy brown mustard. On the low end, it's $6 for enough food to feed yourself for a week. If you have a family to feed for a week, it's still not even $10 unless you have way more kids than you should. I definitely eat it as a comfort food from time to time. My wife and I call it asparagus. Cook a bundle of asparagus in a pan with a little broth. Water is also acceptable until it softens a bit. Then break a couple of eggs onto the asparagus and continue cooking for 5 minutes, or until the eggs are cooked to your liking. I like to add some salt, pepper, paprika, and garlic powder at the start, but it's not fully necessary. Seems like a strange meal, but it tastes great, costs practically nothing, and is very healthy. I have 35 to Creekstone Farms ribeyes in my freezer, and could eat steak every day if I wanted to. But if you eat high roller for a while, you start craving stuff like bologna and cheese sandwiches. My one easy food that I never really get tired of is the classic grilled cheese. I mean like 2 slices of bunny bread and a slice of Kraft cheese made with butter. I don't care if you eat caviar for breakfast every day. Grilled cheese is always appreciated. I loved this as a kid and still make them as an adult. Basically, it's a quesadilla with ketchup and oregano. The oregano is absolutely critical. Sounds gross, but it's seriously good. I now make them for my kids and we've renamed them dragon pies. Don't knock it till you rock it. Black-eyed peas and rice. Not in my mum's repertoire, but some sort of beans and rice was included in every meal when I worked offshore in the Gulf of Mexico. That's the one that stuck. Sometimes some ham or sausage or cornbread. But just black eyes and rice is fine too. I like to make this broccoli pasta salad. I just throw together broccoli cut into bite-sized pieces, pasta, pickled veggies, cubes of mozzarella cheese, and then a drizzle of olive oil. Easy, fast, healthy, and pretty cheap to make. Pastina. I saw this on the app Lemon. Just pastina, chicken broth, milk, butter and parmesan, and a little salt and pepper to taste. And if you want a little olive oil on top when you're done. Sometimes you can find chicken breasts at BOGO. So, I make extra spicy chicken in air fryer, and then divide the breasts into 2 halves. Eat 1/2 chicken breast along with side veggies. Handmade egg noodles. Fry them up with some cabbage and protein of choice. Started making them out of necessity in college, and now they're like a labor of love style treat. Pavlova. Apparently, even Trump served it recently to try to impress guests. But Aussies will know. It's cheap as chips, but even billionaires here do love it. Despite being European, I love a dal. I am not from a family. I had dal growing up, but a big bowl of lentil goodness always hits the spot. A can of cheap corned beef mixed with a can of cheap baked beans and 2 eggs. It's so unhealthy, but it's the ultimate comfort food for me. A nice MLT mutton, lettuce and tomato sandwich, where the mutton is nice and lean and the tomato is ripe. I love that. Ramen. Crack an egg to make it better. Extras can be a hot dog or frozen peas and veggies, or leftover rotisserie chicken. Straight up mashed potatoes. Cheap, filling, surprisingly healthy if you don't bog it down in fats, and just tasty. Whole milk and tamales and rice. My husband lived on that a few years ago when we were going through a hard time. Tuna and rice bowls. Recipes from the NYT cooking section. Best relatively cheap 5-minute dinner ever. Turkish red lentil soup for one, and my strategy for turning one Costco rotisserie chicken into 14 dinners. Red beans and rice. Lentil soup, black-eyed peas. Pork and beans with hot dogs. I could go on and on. Deep-fried cauliflower. Loved it since I was a kid. Love it still. And will love it till the day I die. Beans on toast. White pudding sandwich on white bread with tomato ketchup. Nissan cup noodles. I'm Mexican, for us. It's usually quesadillas without meat. Rice and black beans as the sides. A double bologna sandwich, slice of tomato, lil lettuce. I fry the shit out of it too. Tuna casserole, boiled pasta noodles, mayonnaise. Can tuna salt to taste? Beans and cornbread and fried potatoes. Frijoles and homemade masa tortillas. Potatoes lightly fried and salted. Simple, fluffy, nice. Potato good. Mac and cheese with tuna, onion, can of peas and carrots and can of corn. Fried chicken sandwich. I use flour if I forget for I mix from the store. Tuna pasta baked pasta. Cheese sauce tuna. Spring onion. Cheese on top. Buttered toast the lightly brown but not too brown kind crunch. Jambalaya rice veggies is delicious and cheap plus it feeds many. Grilled cheese. However, I'd love to try hamburger helper someday. I used to eat a box of stovetop stuffing as an entire meal. Chicken quesadillas or just chicken. Cheese and jalapeño. Oatmeal catch cats. A bowl of steamed rice with 2 over easy eggs on top. Salmon patties made from the cheapest canned salmon. Scrambled eggs on toast with a side of baked beans. Canned tuna mixed with rice and mayo. Chef's kiss.